Good afternoon, fair viewers in YouTube land and on theshavingcadre.com. It's Chris, GearNoir there on the forums and on YouTube. Back with you for my weekly shave. The wife took the computer today, so it is Monday. I'm recording this. It's just after 10 o'clock here, but this is not going to get out till much later. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll see what happens, but I'm recording it on time. Unfortunately, there's no timestamp on these videos, but oh well. Let's see what's going on today. Yeah, it's just after 10 and it's already in the high 80s. Yesterday was hot. Today's going to be hotter. Tomorrow's going to be the same level of hotter. Yeah, summer is pretty much upon us. I don't think there's going to be any major breaks between now and when summer starts, unfortunately, but we can always hope. Anyway, today I'm going to be using Harris Sandalwood out of a very nice little maple or something looking shaving bowl. Got my Razor Rock Big Bruce. I have almost all week, except for yesterday, been using my Weck Sexto blade with a Personna blade in there. You can see the corners are snipped there that came that way. I picked these up at Sally's Beauty. I'm enjoying my week with that. For my final pass, of course, Razor Rock Game Changer, the top DE in my den. Razor Rock has a lot of exciting things coming down the pipeline, including a new razor, a DE razor called El Lupo, or Lupa, or something like that. But it's Italian for wolf. And big hint on what that might be a copy of. But it's going to be aluminum, which is a little bit but it is only $30. So I might just have to try that out. And then, of course, to finish off the shave, besides witch hazel and Thayers, I've got my Proraso Red. So I'm just going to get into it. 2 minutes into it. Just been keeping my face hydrated for the last 5 or so minutes as I'm getting ready for the day. Today is my last day off for the week. So I've had the Harris. It's one of the soaps that I feel like I have to, what's it called, bloom. So, and then I use a semi-wet brush and load it up. I've been letting this bloom for about 10 minutes. I only put like maybe 6 or 7 drops of water on top of it. And it looks like it's going to need some more. I'll just lay some right on top of the puck. Gotta grab that soap off of that triple mill. Can be tough sometimes. Alright. But yeah, I took a break from the Weck yesterday because I don't know if you can see there. I got a hair on my face. I gave myself a nice little slice, little racing stripe. I was going kind of fast. I'm still not sure how it happened. The blade just must have dug in for a brief second, but it happened. Only real accident I've had with it so far, and I've been using it all week, except for yesterday, like I said. So the Personna blade I have in there is on its 6th shave today. 6? No. Yes, because I started with it on Tuesday. That's right. I didn't do my video Monday, I did Tuesday, because I was waiting for it. So today will be at 6th shave. Still feels pretty smooth. I mean, it gave its best reduction probably on its first 2 days. And then it felt like it smoothed out really quickly. But, I mean, it's not tuggy right now or anything. kind of, as I said before in my shaving journal, hit its stride. This is a little bit worrisome for me because I'm a cheapskate and the blades are about $1 a piece. And it's an enjoyable shaving system, but being $1 a piece makes it more expensive than, like, twice as expensive as picking up a pack of Feather Pros. At least from the local shop. I don't know if there's discounts online. Definitely need more water. Losing hair. So yeah, and it's on average I get about 15 shaves per Feather Pro blade. And those blades probably hit their stride around 4 or 5 shaves, but they hold pretty consistently until about the 10th or so. And then they might start dropping off depending on, you know, technique and how you take care of it. On my next Personna blade, I am going to try stropping it. Kyle suggested that. I guess that might work. I don't know how intuitive that is for these kinds of things. My strap's pretty beat up anyway. It's got a nice number of nice slices in it. So still smooth. I've yet to watch, I think it was Kyle got the box first for the pass around. John the monkey on the forum started a Weck pass around, which is very nice of him. Kyle's video took a video of his shave early this morning. Gotta watch that. Sounds like he had a pretty good time, so I'd imagine so. He's a straights kind of guy. But I mean, I said before, this feels just like shaving with a straight, like a full hollow or something, but of course it's a replaceable blade. You can't go quite as shallow on your shaving angle. It's still, this is still kind of feels like a shavette that way. Need a bit more of a steeper angle. Can't go quite as flat as a regular straight, but still very comfortable. You just gotta be careful. Yeah, I reopened it a little bit. There's that. Who was it? I think Dave in Kentucky. One of his videos last week, he was talking about, I don't know if it might have been the Weck or something like that, but a loaded razor with a blade or whatever like that, or a opened up razor, or even a folded one if you're using a shavette or a SR. Treat them like a gun. But it will do damage if you're careless. Leave it laying around in reach of little hands. And this, unlike the feather, which the edge goes to like right there, just above the bevel, this has a full exposure. And if this started cutting, there's really not much that would stop it from cutting. So, and I mean, DEs and SEs have their guard bars and whatnot, but you still get some pretty nasty cuts if you're not careful. So the idea is to enjoy, but enjoy safely and responsibly. Or stuff like that happens, or worse. Even for guys that are professionals, and I'm not a professional by any stretch of the imagination, but even they gotta think about safety and being careful. And so some of you will have seen Handlebarber Dave's, one of his last videos, one of his last instructional videos, that he gave himself a pretty good cut with his straight on like the first or second pass. And he's got well over 1,000 shaves. He's been through barber school. He is a pro. And if it can happen to him, it can happen to anybody. Experience will take you far. But it's no guarantee. That was pretty nice. I think that was 2 passes. Felt like it was 2 passes. I lost count. Just rambling on, imagine that. So, for those of you that haven't really kept up on the journal or seen me shave before, you're just catching this for the first time, I am over 300 open blade shaves, and way more than that on razor shaves of other types, DE or SE. But normally on a shave morning, I like to shave in the morning, usually after a shower or after freshening up for the day. I do 2 passes with some kind of open blade because it's a skill that needs to be maintained. If you let it lapse too long, it's kind of like riding a bike, but you're gonna pay for it. Oh, by the way, a Sputnik in here. First time using a Sputnik. One of that I got from Chad C. Vargo on the Shaving Cadre. He passed along some of his, he's doing a Bad Blade series. He passed along some of his good blades that came out of the Bad Blade series. Sputnik was one of them. Another that I've tried a couple times over the last week was Shark Stainless or something like that. Those were not pleasant. Those did not agree with me. But Sputnik seems to be liked by at least a few people. This is pretty smooth so far. Much different than the Shark, which felt like a blade past its glory days. Like it had a number of shaves on it already. For those of you that have been doing a while, you know when a blade has a number of shaves, it gets a certain feeling where it's starting to go downhill, just barely, or it's kind of like plateaued at a certain point, and you're reaching the end of that plateau. You can still feel the edge starting to get a little ragged. It's still cutting, maybe just not as efficiently. But yeah, my normal shave is 2 open blade passes, usually my width the grain and cross the grain. And then I could do a 3rd pass with an open blade, but for time and comfort's sake, I usually use a DE, usually this guy, my Game Changer. Just because it's so comfortable, gives such a good shave. It is pretty mild. I haven't tried the 8.4 yet. This is the 0.68 that I have. The second of the original releases. Oops. Does need a little bit of cleanup here. Those of you that do know me on the cadre, you can keep me in your thoughts over the next day. Well, maybe longer than that. I've got tomorrow, as good news, an interview for a new job. I mean, being custodian, which is what I'm at right now at my church, is fun. But it's not something I want to continue being forever. Or at least my occupational years. But I'm going to have a interview tomorrow evening for the junior high director position at the church. Some of you know already, I do a lot of volunteer ministry work, whether substitute teaching in Bible studies or being a chaplain at the church for emergencies, just for the church, not police work or anything, or hospital work. I do visit people in the hospital sometimes, but I've also got my master's degree in divinity, and I've been working toward getting into full-time occupational ministry, like being a pastor or something like that, and I think this would be a good step. It would allow us to stay where we're at now, kind of for me to step up my ministry work and learn some new things. Although I've helped run a junior high ministry program before. It was a long time ago, and this would be a much bigger program than that. A lot more kids. Yeah. But it'll be a way to kind of help me get my foot in the door and get some experience, work with a bunch of great kids, including my own. Two will happen to be ones going into the junior high age, like middle school age, and one is already there in 7th grade. So this is kind of my lather soak. You guys are getting it. I was rambling, imagine that. So you guys are getting the full thing here. This kind of just puts some hydration back on my face. Now, B.R. Harris is a fine classic English soap. I think it's English, but it's also not the best soap, so I don't want to keep it on my face too long. Some people really enjoy the classics. I like them for shaving. When it comes to rehydrating and getting my skin back up to par, and I do that lather soak with the rest of the soap. The classics are not so good at that. I might do it with Cella and be okay because it has tallow and it feels probably some of the nicest of all the classic shaving soaps. The modern ones, I mean. Alright, that was some generic witch hazel. Got a couple little nicks here and there. Reopened the battle damage from a couple days ago. Do some Thayers Medicated. Really good stuff. It's almost like Lucky Tiger, but it's a little bit of a bay rum kind of scent instead of orange. Alright. Let that absorb a little bit. So how you doing? You're looking good. I can tell through the internet. And I'll close off with some Proraso Red here. We got bingo started. Gaji or Gagi, however the heck he says it. Got that started. And uh-oh, somebody's in trouble. Sounds close by. And yeah, it's been a kind of a quiet week at the Cadre, but you can change that. Come and join us, www.theshavingcadre.com. Enjoy videos like this one. We got plenty of video content. If you ever want to know how other people do their shaving process, or just want to look at some videos to learn, we got tons of video content, tons of reviews, lots of great people just to hang out with and banter with. We're really unique in that way, where we're on the smaller end. We have been around for just over a year. We've got like 200 something, 206 or 8-ish members going now, but a very small, tight-knit community of guys and some gals. But you can certainly join in, and we welcome you there. www.theshavingcadre.com. That's it for this week. It's been great to be back with you. Keep up with the rest of my shaves on the journals at the CSC, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.